Now, I was at work debating whether or not, to make another video when I get home. And while I was operating equipment, as I do, one of my boys sends me an Instagram reel and I thought it was pretty funny. And normally I'd be like, all right, it's just going to be a standard video, like some meme or something they thought related to us, boys trip type shit. But it turns out it was this video of this chick. And ever since then, I've not been able to get it off my mind because of how absolutely stupid her content is. Now you're going to be like, dude, it can't be that bad, right? I'm going to tell you flat out, this is some of the most delusional horseshit I've seen in a long time. Now obviously this content is for chicks, but I would never want like a girl like my sister or my girlfriend or anything like that to listen to this content or take any of the content at face value. Now I'm going to preface this, I don't think you should use a chick role model like this or really need one. Everything's free nowadays, and I feel if you're going to spend absorbent amount of monies on a product that's not even for certain, I feel like that's pretty stupid. Like, sure, I understand praying for something or consulting with somebody before you make a large decision. Heck, I'm not going to say I haven't done that. But when you resort to paying like lots of money, like I said before, I think upwards of $800 to $1,000 just to, possibly, have some grand thinking or have a loved one come back into your life or a quote unquote loved one, like a ex-lover or, a boss give you a raise. Like, is that really like the right mindset to have? If anything, I think she's kind of done the opposite where she kind of tricked a lot of young women into believing stuff that is not going to happen or could potentially happen just by chance. And I'm also not going to say God doesn't have a plan or outcomes can change, but relying on somebody to teach you a method like this or anything like that, or even a dude teaching a young man or a woman a method like this is pretty misleading and a waste of a lot of money. We have libraries and YouTube, which is free. Libraries are $14 a month. You don't need to spend $800 to $1,000 for like a men's boot camp or a chick teaching you like how to foresee something or get something to possibly happen. In my opinion, that's really stupid, and I think we should get into the video.
Do you want that person to text you, call you, come crawling back? You want to get that job interview, get that promotion, get that raise? I'm going to tell you about the one method that has never failed me and works for thousands of people. Just check the comments and have a look. It is the iconic whisper method.
All right, dude, already I can tell this is kind of a load of dog shit. Like, the whisper method, like, are you going to whisper into somebody's ear like, oh, give me $1 million, please, man. Please, boss, give me $1 million raise. Oh, boss, I need $1 million raise, please, please, please. Like, dude, you gotta work hard for what you have and what you own. Like, a method isn't gonna teach you how to have a good work ethic. A method isn't gonna teach you how to get up out of bed. A method is a proven practice that you can prove to yourself and others that something works or a procedure works. And I don't know if I would leave a particular whisper, per se, up to chance. But before I cast too much judgment, let's see what she has to say.
So let me run you through it step by step so you can use this to manifest literally anything you want. Before we begin, we're going to actually work on our self-concept. This is fucking key. The idea of self-concept is that the world is you pushed out. The world is a mirror of your mind, meaning in order for all of this to work, you have to not only believe that it already did, but believe that you're the person that is lucky and gets shit handed to them. If you're trying to manifest love, you have to walk around believing that you're the most attractive person to your specific person, because everyone in your reality is projecting your own thoughts on you. Now we're
Alright, so right off the gate, from what I gathered, is she's telling her audience to expect things to be handed to her. And I don't think that's necessarily a great way to live. Expecting a job promotion or anything of that nature to just be handed to you is pretty stupid. Or let's say creating a company, I don't think somebody's just going to hand over a company to you. I think that's stupid in general to believe like that. Additionally, she also stated you have to manifest being attractive. I mean, sure, I'm an average dude, I'm not going to say I'm great looking or poor looking, I'm just average. But, you have to work to look better in some aspects. You got to do yourself up, put makeup on, work out, live healthy, eat healthy. Like, if you're unattractive or not very good looking, overweight, things of that nature, like, wouldn't you want to work towards, being better, looking better, and not try and just manifest something into existence or make yourself believe that? Nobody else is going to believe that. Everybody's going to see what's right in front of them. An unattractive person, Like, that's just delusional. Like, you can't make this level of delusion up, man. This is unreal. As I said before, maybe there's something to this madness I'm not seeing. So let's continue where we left off and see if she has some crazy tactic, method, or something that I'm missing out on in my life.
Going to jump into the actual whisper method. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to envision your specific person, whether it's your boss, your crush, whoever, wherever they would normally be. And you're going to envision yourself walking up to that specific person as a sort of ghost-like spirit, whispering in their ear 3 times what it is you want them to do for you. I want you to really visualize it, feel it. Imagine yourself kissing their forehead and walking away. When you open your eyes, I want you to fully believe that this reality is already yours. Know it with full conviction and release all doubt, because doubt will kill your manifestation. Now open your eyes. This method has helped my clients who are doing the workshop, which you could download at the top of my page, manifest huge raises, exes crawling back, texts word for word from their specific person. And for a lot of people, this happens overnight. So get ready.
As I said before, I think you're absolutely crazy and delusional if you believe what's happening in this method. Like, I could not imagine myself imagining me kissing my boss's forehead and telling him, "Please, boss, please give me a $3 raise. Please, I need a $4 raise. Please, I need a $5 raise." That is absolutely insane, dude. And I don't know how many people have to tell that, but like, could you imagine doing that? As I assumed before, I figured she was making money off this, in which she is. You know, she's selling her Manifest Magic workshop and her Rich Bitch boot camp. Like, can you imagine that, dude? I honestly can't say if I was in the lowest point of my life, would I imagine spending $880 or $220? All this information this lady is providing you can be found on the internet, well, YouTube, the library even. Like I said before, this is free information that she's giving you. The fact that you have to read a book called Rich Bitch Boot Camp says enough as it is. A lot of her comments are even more delusional than she is, and actually agreeing with her and saying this method works. You know, I'm not going to say don't get that bag or anything like that, but using like a course that's $800 or $200 and preying on people at the lowest point of their life, I feel it's pretty dishonest. Like, I cannot imagine doing that. I don't think many people could imagine doing that. Or at least people in their right mind. You know, I agree with getting views off of TikTok or YouTube or wherever. People are going to watch what they're going to watch. You have no control over that. You know, you make content in that certain area. And getting money off advertisement and things of that nature is fine. But when you, like, start preying on people, like I said before, that's pretty scummy. And she's no different than finance creators or people like that who do the same thing. I think a pretty good example of this was Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo. Now, he obviously had a much larger audience than she did, but still, it's still kind of the same fashion. Now, I'd say Logan Paul's is a bit more criminal than a priestess or princess or whatever her name is, but she keeps doubling down, and that's kind of where I have my issue. When you're going to keep telling people that you're guaranteed this or your life is going to change overnight, she says it repeatedly that it'll be a 24-hour period or it can happen in 24 hours. I think that's pretty misleading in general, and I think this next clip proves my point more. You know, it's just kind of frustrating in my opinion, having to work for a lot of things that I have and to see this happen. And I wouldn't want to be misled, you know, even if I was at a low point. Oftentimes when you're at a low point, you're just looking for any grasp of hope. And I think that's kind of the audience that she's catering towards. You know, maybe people who don't have a job or they're out of work, things like that. And it seems especially catered towards women. I don't want to assume, but that just seems to be the target audience that she's going for. And I think this second clip or video per se really backs up my opinion. I honestly find it funny more than anything, just from my perspective of life. That's the way it seems. So let's check it out.
If you just happen to see this video, then you are going to be a millionaire.
Alright, dude, already I can tell, you know, this is a load of more bullshit. Unfortunately, most people realistically won't become millionaires in their lifetime, and that's just normal. I definitely think it's a lot easier now than it was before. You know, a quick Google search can prove that. 1 in 15 Americans will become millionaires, but it's a lot easier said than done. And just from experience in general in the workforce so far, it's definitely going to take a lot of time for me to become a millionaire. You know, definitely within the next 10 years, it's a possibility, but it's still a very large hurdle to overcome. But by just flat out telling your audience they're going to be a millionaire while watching the video is very misleading. And that's just her content that's free for advertisement. That's not including all the paid content that you're getting on the side. So let's see what she has to say.
Say these affirmations for 7 days and watch how much money comes your way. Trust me when I say this shit works, so only say this if you're truly ready for the next level. I get paid to exist. My existence pays for itself. My presence is a blessing. My energy is expensive and exclusive. My mind is worth millions, and every penny I spend is returned to me tenfold. Fall for more.
Now this might come as a shocker to some of you, but I don't think you get paid to exist, and my mind is not worth millions of dollars, and all these things are kind of common for the majority of men and women across the United States and across the world. You know, it's one thing to be a stand-up citizen or a stand-up person, things of that nature, but it's just unrealistic. And when you give people a set of unrealistic goals or unobtainable goals, it's just kind of demoralizing at the end of the day. Like, please, dude, I wish I got to, just sit here and exist all day and get paid to do so. Which I'm sure there's people that do that, get to make YouTube videos. But, for the majority of the common man and woman, it's just not possible. You have to go into a working, paying job and, just work to make your living. Like, most of the time, I feel like if you don't have a skill or some sort of degree from college, you're pretty much useless. And, like, sure, you can make content online, which I think a lot of people do, and that's totally cool if that's your source of income. No hate or anything like that. But I believe when your content is completely the opposite and is deceitful and dishonest towards their viewers, I think that's the time you should really be giving harsh criticism to the creator behind that content. And I think this creator, Hot High Priestess, is the perfect example of this. Now, I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your week, man. Take it easy, dude.